It's amazing what you can accomplish with just little gains every day. Hello everyone, Semi-Retired Bob here. I talk about the Carnivore Diet, all things related to the Carnivore Diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today we're going to talk about how little gains can add up over time. First, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Basically, what you're watching on this channel is you're watching me walk. That doesn't seem super exciting until you realize that a little over 20 months ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for 2 to 2.5 minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking every day. And that's the primary purpose of this channel, is to show you that it's never too late to change your life. Sorry, I had to pause for a second there, because while the sidewalks are now clear, the snow piles on the corners are still kind of needing to be navigated. So help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. Drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." Consider giving me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. All these little things help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. It means an awful lot to me that you choose to spend just a few moments of your day with me. It's a beautiful day in Omaha, Nebraska. We've got big cloud cover in here, but it's 34 or 35 degrees out, which means everything's melting. Going up that first big hill, I'm going to try and go around the big block today. I have to be a little careful because some people's driveways, you can probably hear the crunching, but I've just got my boots on today as opposed to my spikes. So we'll see how that goes. We're gonna hopefully not run into too much, and hopefully I don't fall down. The first day out without the spikes in, well, pretty much all of January. But yeah, let's talk about these little gains adding up to a lot. The thing that made, I've always talked about on this channel, 1% better every day. Just doing a little bit better every day. And one of the things that I've never talked about specifically in my almost 600 videos is that prior to this, and even the first year of carnivore, all of the gains I made, when I'm laying in bed, first off, I've told you that I couldn't lay on my side because it felt like my chest was going to explode. And I've got that big bone that sticks out of my chest from my chest surgery. So I was always sort of sleeping in an inclined position on my back. And if I decided I wanted to try and change positions, I would have to actually sit up in bed and then lay back down. So if I was on my back and wanted to try being on my side for a while, I'd have to sit up and then lay down on my side. I could roll in bed to get on my side, but depending on how far over on the bed you are, if you roll, you could fall out of bed. I don't recommend falling out of bed if you're trying to improve your health. And I know that scooching yourself around in bed, which is almost like it's hard to describe, but you know what I mean, where you have to kind of pick your torso up and slide it back in the bed so that then you can roll over onto your side. I could never do that before. And I was not, oh, this looks really icy. So I'm going to go down this way. And back up to the sidewalk this way. Okay. Sorry about that little break there. But, you know, it's those little things. Being able to move around in bed, change position, without having to get up and lay back down in a new position. I've never specifically worked on those muscles, but between all of the things I've been doing, you know, the push-ups and the leg pull-ups and the squats and the working out on the cable machine and the walking in chest deep water and all the stuff that I've been doing, I've never specifically tried to target moving around in bed, because that just doesn't seem like something you could work on. But I noticed last night that I did it without any struggle at all. And I can't tell you how long I've been doing that, moving around in bed without any struggle. But I do remember what it was like before. That's just like yesterday was a push-up day. I hadn't done push-ups in quite some time because doing all the snow removal was very hard and it wore me out. So I hadn't been doing all of the other stuff. And I decided yesterday was the day I was going to get back into push-ups, because I got to stay on top of these things because I want to keep building muscle, not lose muscle. And I thought for sure that I was going to have lost some. But I actually did 9 extra push-ups in my first set yesterday without even really thinking about it. So it turns out shoveling snow and pushing a snowblower around is actually really good exercise. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about today? Yeah, so it's the 1% thing, guys. The primary purpose of today's walk is just get out here and walk when it's only, you know, it's 35 degrees out. I got to unzip my coat a little bit. I'm starting to get hot. Maybe by next Monday. Oh, today is Saturday, by the way. You guys are actually seeing this on, this is Saturday's video, but it's actually Wednesday when I'm out here walking. So by next Monday, it's supposed to actually be sunny and 45. If it keeps warming up the way it's been warming up, all this knee-deep snow around here could be mostly melted off or completely gone by next week. That would be fun. Not that I think winter's done with us, but we've certainly had an entire winter's worth of weather in 2 weeks. But yeah, I talk about it a lot on this channel. 1% better every day. And those gains add up over time. You know, it may not seem like you're getting somewhere, you know, because let's just take push-ups, for example. I mean, I started with wall push-ups about a year ago, probably a little more than that now, which is where you just stand back from the wall, lean into it, and push yourself away from the wall. That was hard when I first started it. And then I moved on from there to the kitchen counter, and then to a chair, and then worked my way down the steps of the house. And I'm actually doing real push-ups. And those little tiny steps that you take every day, like I said, it may not seem like you're getting anywhere, but you are. If walking out to the mailbox is your exercise for the day, and that's about all you can do, after you've done that for a couple of weeks, when you get to the mailbox, just walk a couple of laps around the mailbox. That'll add 5-10 steps, and then go back in the house. Whatever it is, just add a little bit each day, and you will slowly get better. Some people make faster gains than others, but let's face it, we're all just people trying to get healthier. There aren't many of us that are out there that have dreams of being an actual bodybuilder. If you actually have dreams of being a bodybuilder, I suggest you go watch Jonathan's channel over at Carnivore Muscle. He'll get you on the right path. But one of the reasons we have to keep talking about this, even if I'm not saying a whole lot, and today I know I haven't really said a whole lot, but we have to keep pushing at it because we're not getting any help from anybody. It's all of us with our N=1 experiments. I don't know if you guys saw the video that Dr. Baker put out. By the time you're seeing this, it'll be several days old. But he was, as I talked about in Thursday's video, the Oreo cookie study that Nick Norwitz put out, it's not getting any play. And I understand why, because it goes against the approved narrative of everything they think they know about health. As you'll see coming up, I think I'm going to hold it because I'm doing this January walking challenge, no excuses. I think I'm going to hold the Professor K video to February the 1st, which is next Thursday. Just so I can keep showing you my 1% walking. My no excuses January walking challenge stuff. But it's gotten no play. Yet if you go back, as Dr. Baker was talking about, there was a guy trying to prove the calories in, calories out model. And he ate nothing but Twinkies for a month and managed to lose weight. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the calories in, calories out model, as Professor K will explain to you, is not a good thing to do. Yes, it does work if you vastly, grossly underfeed yourself. But we're talking about long-term nutrition here. How healthy do you think you're going to be, even if you manage to lose weight? How healthy are you going to come out the other side if you're only eating Twinkies? I mean, there's basically zero nutrition in Twinkies. So you have to look at the whole thing. And now I think I've completely talked myself out of anything that might make a little bit of sense today. And it is No Excuses Saturday. Weekly Wins Saturday is what I meant to say there. It's time for weekly wins, and as you can see, I hate to keep saying my weekly win is out here walking every day, but between that and being able to roll over in bed without falling out of bed, I know most of you young fit people don't think that's a very big win. But when you've been so disabled, like I've been, that's a pretty big deal. That's like, I remember as a kid laughing at my stepdad because he'd come into the kitchen in the morning groaning about something and saying, "Oh, I slept wrong. My back hurts, or my hip hurts, or this hurts, or that hurts," because he slept wrong. And of course, as a young, dumb kid, I'm thinking, how do you sleep wrong? You go into bed, you close your eyes, and boom, you're out. Well, now that I'm older, I certainly understand the sleep wrong thing. Especially after not being able to move around in bed and adjust my position. But I guess that's where we're at today, folks. Sorry this hasn't been such an entertaining video for a Saturday, but I am going to now turn the camera around and cue the music so you can see how much melting we've got going on in this winter wonderland. Okay, cut the music. Thank you. But yeah, I have no idea how far I just walked. I thought I'd gone around the big block in Thursday's video, but because I went the opposite way, I turned a street too soon. So that was definitely around the big block, and then up to the stop sign and past the stop sign by a whole nother block. I'll put in right about here how far today was. I'm very happy with my Fitville boots. You can go back and find other videos about that, or go down and link in the description. I actually have a discount code for you down there, but it was very slushy out there, and I don't feel like my feet got wet, and my feet are still very warm. With my hiking shoes with the spikes on them, because they're not a very well insulated shoe, they're a hiking shoe, I've been wearing 2 heavy pair of wool socks with those. Today I've just got one of my old pair of cotton socks in my boots to keep me from sweating straight into the fur of the boots. And my foot is warm and dry, and I didn't have any slips out there. I did go around that one section that looked like it was bad for ice still. But for the most part, you can see things are beginning to melt off here in Omaha. I mean, I can see that my front yard has gone down a good 10 inches or so in how much snow was piled up there. So if we keep up like this for another 4 or 5 days, we might even start to see the berms along the streets go down. Because you saw, I still had to go out and around in places when I got to corners, because many people don't actually do the corners out to the corner of the street. They just do their sidewalk, which is perfectly understandable. But yeah, just remember, no matter what you're doing, whether it be rolling over in bed or walking or doing push-ups or whatever activity it is you're doing, you don't have to do a lot more to see gains. Look at me. I started the Carnivore Diet a little over 20 months ago. At that time, I could barely stand. Now, look at all the stuff I'm doing. And I apologize for the length of these videos here down towards the end of the January walking challenge, but I think it's important that everybody sees that I'm out here walking these distances every day with no excuses. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.